Baseball on the air here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. I'm Jeremy Weathers sitting in this afternoon for John Beltran, the Brush Beat Diggers here in Boulder County. I believe we are at Mead High School, the Mead Mavericks newer school here, and an absolutely gorgeous facility for baseball here at Mead High School. School kind of out in the middle of nowhere, but the developments are making their way here into the area. Let's take a look at our Brush starting lineup. The Beat Digger starting lineup is brought to you by T.O. Charlie's. See T.O. Charlie's for a great used car or truck today. If you don't see what you want on the lot, they'll find it for you at 700 West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. Here is the batting lineup. Gregory Mares will lead things off and play third base. Jesus Cardenas in right field. Bats number 2. Christian Valles is in center field. Shea Hansen batting cleanup, batting left field. Colby Whaler at the shortstop, batting 5th. Batting 6th, Mitch Tormole in the first baseman. Ken Garcia pitching this afternoon. And Trevor Blake behind the plate. And Coyote Cohen at second base, rounding out the batting order. Mares getting ready to dig into the right-handed batter's box and get things underway. And our opening pitch will be brought to you by Ingmar Phillips Insurance, locally in Fort Morgan and Brush. Ingmar Phillips Insurance offers home, health, auto, farm, business, and workers' compensation insurance. Left-handed pitcher Cody Beaver for the Mead Mavericks. First pitch bends a little bit, comes in high for ball 1. Mars right on the inside of the batter's box, very front edge. Pitch hits that exact same spot, and that's ball 2. As Rob Hastings would say, the Beat Diggers in the cardinal tops and the gray pants. Time called. Quick 2-0 count to Gregory Mares, leading things off to the Brush Beat Diggers. The Beat Diggers come into the game here this afternoon, 7-6 overall. There's a pitch chopped out to the shortstop. Gobbled up in a long toss on the way. Gets Mares by about half a step. Pretty close play there. But that is out number 1. Play made out there by the shortstop, T.J. Stanchfield. Defensively for Mead, John Brady in left, Griffin Nelson in center, West back and right. Infield, left to right, is Hunter Lease, T.J. Stanchfield, Austin Van Hooker, Colby Grind. And the battery behind the plate, Brian Cummins and Cody Beaver on the hill. First pitch delivered to Cardenas comes outside. Ball 1. Second batter that Beaver has started behind in the count on. Left-hander bringing home out of the full windup. Pitch swung on, hit out into left field. A couple steps off to his left, and John Brady makes the catch for out number 2. 2 down here in the top of the first, and that'll bring up Christian Valles. Where's Jersey 8 plays position 8 for the Beat Diggers. Right-handed batter digs in. Curveball, first pitch is strike. It started on the outside corner, bends through the strike zone. First batter that Cody Beaver has gotten ahead of. Same pitch, slapped at and waved out of play. And that'll splash down in the storage pond over on the right side. Storage pond, just like Sunset Park, out on the right field side. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Pitch stays way outside. Vias not going to chase that one. Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes. The Mead Mavericks wearing the white home uniforms with the orange trim, orange hats. Pitch hits down low for a ball. Count evens up 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mavericks have the cow skull logo, very similar to that Houston Texans NFL logo. Pitch swung on, hit out into right field. Long run out there for the right fielder. That's going to drop, going to go for extra bases for Valles. It's going to be a stand-up double for Christian Valles. He doubles out to right field. Long run for West back going to his right, and he can't get to it. So runner in scoring position. And Shea Hansen will step in there. So we'll see Cody Beaver out of the stretch for the first time. Bias off to a very short lead out there at second base. And Hooker holding him on now. He steps back. Ball comes in for a ball. Goes inside to Hansen. The 1-0 pitch floats up high. The fastball sits up high. Count will move 2-0. 2 down here, top of the first inning. Beat Deers with a runner out on second base. That's Christian Bias. Shea Hansen at the plate. Takes a hack, and he slats this one out into left field. Fair or foul? That's a fair ball, and that is going to score the run. RBI, the ball's bobbled out there. Hansen was rounding, heading for second anyway. Would have been close. Hansen was hustling for 2 all the way. First run of the ball game comes across. We'll call it a double. RBI double for Shea Hansen. That brings up shortstop Colby Whalert. Beat Deers with the early lead. This pitch skied high into right field, and back gets underneath it. Makes the catch. Inning comes to a close, but the Beat Diggers score a run here in the opening inning. Mead coming up. Brush has a run across here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. The Beat Diggers get a run on 2 hits, leave a man on in the top half of the first inning, and we'll head to the bottom half of the first here for the Mead Mavericks. Shortstop T.J. Stanchfield will lead things off, and Austin Van Hooker will follow him up, and pitcher Cody Beaver batting in the third spot. Defensively for the Brush Beat Diggers, Shea Hansen out in left, Christian Bias in center. Jesus Cardenas in right. The infield from left to right. Gregory Mares at third. Colby Whalert is short. Coyote Cohen is at second base. Mitch Tormolen at first. Trevor Blake is behind the plate. And Ken Garcia is on the hill for the Beat Diggers here this afternoon. Another left-handed pitcher. 2 lefties doing battle here today. He's finishing up his warm-up pitches. That'll give us time to tell you about B&B Appliance at 502 Ensign in downtown Fort Morgan. The place to shop for all of your appliance needs is B&B Appliance, a member of the Brand Source Retail Program. And Cargill Meat Solutions. Cargill Meat Solutions takes as much pride in the community as they do in the products they provide to their consumers, part of the KSIR B106 Scholarship Program. Shortstop T.J. Stanchfield will dig into that right-handed batter's box, and we'll get ready for the home half of the first inning. And Garcia doing a little bit of landscaping on the mound. And he's ready to bring home the first pitch. Delivers a fastball low and outside for ball 1. The clay is a little bit wet, and Garcia's been digging at his spikes. He's set. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Swung on, chopped foul. Slow roller over on the third base side. And that'll even the count out. 1 ball and 1 strike. Stanchfield back in. Beat shortstop waiting, and here comes Garcia's pitch. Fastball chopped out to the shortstop Whalert. Goes down to his knees, struggles, and the throw not in time. Colby Whalert out there at shortstop, struggling to get a hold of the ball, falls down to his knees and can't make the toss. So Stanchfield is aboard on the error by Whalert. These two teams did meet in the early going in the Fort Morgan tournament. Brush winning at 8-7, but several of these starters here in this afternoon's game were not there. They were still playing basketball in the state tournament. Stanchfield off to his lead. Garcia brings the heat home. 1 hops it in. And that's ball 1 to the second baseman for Mead, Austin Van Hooker. Stanchfield out to a decent-sized lead at first base. Tormolen holding him on. They're going to check the runner. And he dives back head first, but in plenty of time. Garcia, the left-handed pitcher, working out of the stretch, staring straight down at first base. Now comes home. It gets away from the catcher, Trevor Blake, and that'll move Stanchfield down to second base. Pitch well inside, so the wild pitch moves Stanchfield into scoring position, also takes out the traditional double play. Count 2-0 now to Van Hooker. That pitch hits the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Third base coach calls timeout to go over the signs again with Van Hooker. Gets it squared away, and we're back to baseball. Bottom of the first inning. Nobody out. Brush scored a run in the top of the first. Mead trying to answer. Chopper back, and Whaler, the shortstop's got it. One play is first base. He gets it. Does advance the runner. Stanchfield will move to third base. Garcia trying to reach back off to his right. The pitcher couldn't get it, so it is gobbled up by Colby Whaler, and he makes the out. So with one down, there's a runner 90 feet away. And the Mead pitcher, Cody Beaver, trying to help his cause. Left-handed batter, left-handed pitcher. Garcia fires home. Fastball way outside on the lefty. Ball 1. Slow walking lead for Stanchfield at third base. Pitch slapped foul, and the count evens up 1-1. Beaver just stuck the bat out there, and it goes over to the opposing field here. The 1-1 on the way from Garcia. Fires a fastball home high. That'll move to 2 balls and a strike. Just one down here in the bottom of the first inning. Brush leading 1-0. But the Mavericks trying to tie it up with T.J. Stanchfield standing at third base. There's a called strike. Fastball right at the knees. Count evens 2-2. Big pitch coming here for Ken Garcia. Pitch waved at Garcia's going to have to field it himself. He'll check the runner, go to first base. They get it. Stanchfield can't go anywhere. Essentially, it was a swinging bunt for Beaver. He only hit that ball about 15 feet in front of home plate. And pitcher Ken Garcia had time to stare down T.J. Stanchfield at third base before making the play, making the toss to Tormolen. So with 2 down, that'll bring up first baseman Colby Grimes. Tall right-hander digs in. Garcia trying to get out of this undamaged here in the first. Delivers a fastball upstairs for ball 1. Stanchfield reached on the bobbled ball by Colby Whaler. Made it as far as third base. Beater's trying to strand him there. Pitch swung through and missed. Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. Garcia will work out of the full windup with the runner on third. Delivers an off-speed pitch that falls in the dirt. Trevor Blake does a nice job keeping it in front of him. Count moves 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Hammered out into center field. The run by Christian Valles. He'll make it over to right center and make the play. So allowed out, but the Beat Diggers get out of it. No runs on no hits. There was 1 brush error. We'll go to the second. Beat Diggers lead at 1-0 here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.